sexy and really, really nifty right now. So as you come in and you join the live, please say, hey, let me know if you can hear me, see me, and let me know if you can see Sierra. That's really what.
Definitely want to be able to see and hear.
Hi. Sierra is our first ever virtual co-host, so she is taking home that crown. And yes, first
I just put it on my head. I love being the first. It's so great.
Hey y'all, come on in. So I know that it's sending out a notification. Hopefully it popped up at the top of your screen. You had your notification set for the event. As you come on, say hello. We're going to give it like a minute to let everybody know we're here, and then we're going to start making dinner.
Quesadilla time.
They're one of my favorites.
You know, I don't turn down anything with bread and cheese. You know, it's a win-win. You can't go wrong with it. It's the best.
I am the same way.
And you're like the mastermind, so it's such an honor to be here. Look, in your kitchen with you.
Yes, welcome to my kitchen.
I love it. I know, I was like, oh my gosh, I've never been on camera in the kitchen before. Let's figure that out. I do videos all the time, but never in the kitchen.
Well, you look great. Okay, Sydney, you said you can hear and see both of us. Awesome. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you. Okay, well, share it as you come on. I love seeing the hearts. I love seeing all the likes. We'll, of course, let people know who we are as you join and hop on. I know I just shared it on my end.
Yep, I'm going to share it right now.
Perfect. Hey, y'all, hey. I love seeing y'all's little thumbs up pop up. That's one of my favorite things.
I'm just pretend I'm a pro at this, right? There it is. Lovely. Here I go sharing it.
Yay. Hey, Simi.
I'm going to share it on all our platforms. So happy to have you guys here with us.
I know, I shared it everywhere because I'm like, I don't know where you can go and just get a free cooking class and
girl, nowhere.
Get to talk. Hey, Jarita. Hey. Get a free cooking class, and you are going to get to talk to a behavioral and spiritual health wellness coach.
Look, all balled into one. This is a joy.
It's been a really good month. So after all things quarantine and COVID, I will definitely have you over in my kitchen, like for real.
Absolutely. I'm talking, I will even try to bake with you. That's how excited I am. I love cooking. I don't like baking at all, not one bit, because I'm really bad with measuring. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
No.
I remember reading a blog post where you said that.
Yes. I say it all the time. Everybody knows, like, I hate baking. I despise it. Just because if you mess up, you really messed up, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like starting all over. If you cook and you messed it up, you can balance it out sometimes with the spices and seasoning. But
yes,
if you're baking, that bread, it just won't rise. Okay? You used the wrong thing.
Nope. Okay, so that'll be our goal. We will do baking together.
I'm all in.
Hey, Chef Keisha. Okay, so I'm excited. There's like 10 to 12 of y'all here. I know you were going to pop on and pop off. You may be making your dinner at home. You may be actually cooking with us because you went out and got all of your ingredients. So ask as many questions along the way. If you've never ever been here before, my name is Chef Kay. You're watching Kitchen This. This is our live online platform. We are here at least once a week doing live cooking classes and answering all your kitchen questions. Tonight, it's not just me though. We are so fortunate and blessed to have Sierra McKissick with us.
Hi, guys.
Just so y'all know a little bit about Sierra, and I told y'all I'm not bringing folks that are just random, oh, let me find somebody on social media that I want to have on my platform. Like, that's not the case. Sierra is a classmate from undergrad, like a voice of
family.
reason.
We're family.
Yes. And so I was going to say, you can list all these things, and then when it boils down to it, she's family. So I want to bring y'all somebody that I know and love.
Oh, I love her right back.
Yay! So Sierra is actually the founder of McKissick Health and Wellness. McKissick Health and Wellness, I know you've seen me post about it before, but it's a digital education company, and we specialize in addressing behavioral and spiritual health issues, which ties perfectly into June for us. And as a full-time behavioral and spiritual health specialist, Sierra is a development coach. She helps small teams and various organizations navigate all these different transitions they have going on, improve the mindsets and communal health of those companies, their employees, as well as education-related institutions. Yes. So I know that sounded like a mouthful to y'all, but like, right? No, like that's everything she does, and I can say firsthand she does it.
Yes, it all boils down to I'm a Black girl from Saginaw who really loves Jesus. That's what I tell people at the end of the day. That's all you have to remember.
Yes, and that totally encompasses everything you do. That's exactly it. I love it. So if y'all have questions for her about anything in the wellness, health, spiritual realm of things that you've just been wanting to ask, maybe there's a lot going on for you at home, at work, in light of current events, tonight's class is a safe space to do that.
Absolutely. We want to share with each other. This is a cooking moment. And I always think when you're cooking with someone, you're sharing your life with them, right? You're letting them into the most intimate part of your life. And I know you do that so well. I was on a couple sessions and I was watching and taking notes. I've emailed you for recipes. So, I'm totally here for Chef K.
Yay! I love it. So y'all are lucky. Jarita says, hey, wow, awesome.
Hey, girl.
Yay. Hey, Nisi. So I will be sending Sierra all your questions. Like if you type them in, I will let her know because she's also chefing tonight. So she's got to cook. I didn't want her to have to read anything.
Got it. I'm ready, guys. I'm ready.
And you're going to be awesome at it. Okay, so we're gonna roll into the first piece of our recipe, and then we'll sprinkle in some questions throughout. And Sierra, as something comes to you, you go for it.
All right, I'll jump in.
I'm excited to be co-piloting. So for y'all that got your ingredients, we're going to start making the filling for our quesadillas. And the first 4 things that we really want to deal with are spinach, our cream cheese, our artichokes, and that little clove of garlic.
Yeah.
So you have option of whether or not you want to chop everything up by hand and kind of mix those things together in a bowl, or you can use a food processor or a blender. So again, I always like to give you tons of options. There's not one way to do it. The whole point is that you make this really nice, smooth, creamy filling that you're going to be able to spread onto your tortilla.
Yummy.
So I've got a food processor. Sierra, what are you using?
I'm using a blender. Okay, we haven't upgraded to excellent. Right now, I'm still like medium level cook, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna have a food processor soon, but today we're using a blender.
The blender is gonna be perfect. So it's as simple as I'm gonna get my garlic kind of ready first. I got just 1 clove. It still has all the paper on it. So you can either peel that off, or sometimes like I'll use a little silicone tube to roll it. It don't have to be that at all. You can use like your knife and press down on it. But I just like to get it all peeled and cut off the root end. And then you're just going to toss it in.
All right.
So for everybody just joining, I see y'all hopping on. We're just getting started. And our recipe is spinach and artichoke quesadillas. You can do them with or without chicken. Not only am I making Sierra make quesadillas, but she's also here to answer any questions that you all have.
Yes. Multitasking. Look, Oprah calls it multitasking.
It is multitasking, and it's working. It's working your left brain, right brain.
Yeah, we're doing both at the same time, so it's perfect.
So you've got your little clove of garlic. Again, I just get it all nice and peeled, and I cut off that root end, that brown end. I'm going into the food processor, but Sierra's going into the blender. Maybe at home you're doing it with a bowl and a fork. A bowl and a fork would work well too.
Okay. So there's multiple ways to get this done, right?
Yes. I know that's one thing with recipes is somebody will say, well, oh, I'm not going to do that because I don't have food processor. I'm sure there's a different tool that you could use to achieve the same effect.
Yeah. Yeah, good old-fashioned by hand always works in your favor too.
And if it's by hand, if you're somebody that really likes it, you'll see those chunks a little bigger.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Okay, so once your garlic's in there, you just toss the other 3 ingredients in. Okay. So those ingredients are 3/4 cups of your spinach, 4 ounces of cream cheese, and 1/3 cup of the artichoke hearts. I have got mine right here. And y'all let me know in the comments if you have had a spinach artichoke chicken quesadilla before. I'm interested to know. It's not usually on a lot of menus.
Yeah, I've never had one. Now, I can tell you, I love spinach and artichoke dip. Oh, give me some queso with spinach and artichoke. I'll eat it all day long. But I've never had it in a quesadilla, so I'm really excited.
Yes.
So excited.
So my mom likes that too. My mom really likes spinach artichoke dip. And I know she's going to love this. I don't know if she's watching, but a little birdie told me that he was watching and making dinner. So Dad, hopefully you are out there, Dad, and you're watching.
You'll get a bite to eat tonight. We love it. It's a family affair. That's what we should have called it. Family affair. It's lovely. I love it. So what have you been up to lately, Chef K, as we stay quarantined? How has your mindset been?
You know, it has gotten a lot better after I've been looking for different practices to do. At first, I was all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to clean everything. I was trying to run 8 miles every day. I was trying to organize and put up shelves. Like I was just all the things.
Yeah.
And it wasn't good. But I saw a couple of posts. I know like one was yours, and just that, all right, kind of progressive steps to make myself not go haywire.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I completely get that. Yeah. I was the opposite, actually. So I was like, at first I was like, okay, we just need to relax and like process what's happening, because I haven't lived through an international pandemic before, right? So just the idea that all of these people across the world are grieving, are dying from something that is easily transmitted, that was a lot to take in, especially as a caregiver, because you're also saying goodbye to college students because we were on spring break and we couldn't come back. And it was a lot to take in. So I found myself not sticking to a schedule. And then I was like, okay, girl, you got to really get on some kind of schedule. And then I became overwhelmed by all of the things I was trying to do. So I did the same thing, but like at a later date, I had to slow down and say, okay, this is too much. You're trying to take on too much. One day at a time, one step at a time.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's really, really good advice. And now, not knowing how long we'll be in these predicaments, it's still going to be like a cycle that I'll just have to repeat and remind myself, okay, calm down.
Take a break. Take a break. Look, watch Madam Secretary like me. I've been on a Netflix break for a little bit to relax and reset and recharge. Going for the walk, though, was a great way to kind of establish a rhythm for your week so that you keep up with the days of the week. Because I know a lot of people are like, it feels like Monday every day. And it's like, yeah, you got to do something different every day so that you can kind of keep a rhythm to your lifestyle.
That's really, really good advice. And y'all let us know on here too. What have you been doing to keep your rhythm? Work's been haywire. Your routine's been thrown off. What have you been doing to keep the peace?
And it doesn't have to be anything major, like going for a 5-mile run. It could just be, I actually cook 3 square meals a day, because for a lot of people, that's a huge step. Some of us skip breakfast all the time. Some of us grab lunch and it's maybe a fiber bar and that's it. We haven't put much thought into it, but actually setting aside time to be present when you eat your meals, when you prepare your meals, it's an entire process that's relaxing and also helpful for your health, right? Your overall health.
Yeah. So y'all put some ideas in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and turn my food processor on. I know Sierra's got some stuff to blend, so it might be loud for a second, but I'll be looking out for y'all's comments. Hi, Aunt Effie.
Let us know.
Okay. So I'm just blending until smooth, just nice and smooth. See. So I did mine in the food processor. Maybe if you are doing it by hand in the bowl, you're just mashing that cream cheese together. If you're in a blender like Sierra, you might stop and like scrape down and have to move some things around.
Yeah. That's what we're doing. Yeah, moving some things around.
That's perfect. No, that's how it works. I'm gonna scrape the sides of mine just a little bit. And then I know I have some folks, we use the food processor or blenders here like every other class. You know that I do not put my seasonings in the blender or the food processor. I always add them after because I don't want them to get stuck on the sides. It's like I get annoyed when I paid all this money for seasonings and now it's stuck on the glass. So we just add it after. Y'all, honestly, I could just take this with some chips and like scoop it up. I know we're going a couple of steps further, but I would be fine just leaving this as is. Hi, Thaddeus. Y'all feel free to say hey as you hop on. We just got started. We are making the filling for our quesadillas, and then we're going to assemble everything. This is honestly the part of the recipe that takes the most time.
Ready.
Look good?
Yeah, we've got some consistency here.
And it should be fairly thick. So it should have that, consistency of like your spinach artichoke dip that you would just dip some chips in.
Right.
It should be kind of thick. That's perfect. All right, so anybody at home that's following along, We're at that stage. I'm going to scoop mine out, just place it in a little bowl. I had listed on there the frozen spinach, but I'll be honest with you, if all you had was fresh, it wouldn't hurt. It would be just fine.
Oh, it tastes good. Wait, was I tasted it? I totally tasted it. It tastes so good.
Yes, that's good. If it already tastes good, we haven't even really seasoned it yet, so we are.
I know. I'm a fan of spinach, though. Is anybody not a fan of spinach? Did you use a substitute or something else?
You could use another green. I don't see why you couldn't use a kale or, So yeah, you could totally use another green if you wanted to. Hi, welcome. Come on in. So we just scooped everything out into a little side bowl. Once you've gotten it all scooped out, we are going to season it and then start talking about our other ingredients. So I know in the event I put a post where you all could send in some questions for Sierra. You can still ask them now. I would love that as well. But I know one of the questions we got as we're about to start seasoning. So the only thing we'll be doing, Sierra, is salt, pepper, and our paprika into the bowl.
Pepper. Gotcha.
But so what does wellness mean to you, Sierra?
So for me, when I think of wellness, I think of the 8 dimensions of wellness. So some of you might have heard this before. Some of you might be like, what? What are 8 dimensions of wellness? So the 8 dimensions of wellness are actually the 8 components that make up what health should look like for a person. So wellness is this pursuit of healthy living, of a healthy lifestyle, of practices that promote health, right? So a healthy mindset, a healthy body, a healthy spirit, a healthy environment, a healthy family. All of those things are a part of the 8 dimensions. So I'll tell you guys the 8 dimensions. So the first one is social. Well, they're not in any particular order, but the first one I'm going to list is social. So that means your relationships with your family, your friends, other people who are a part of your life circle. If you're a student, then your professors or your teachers. If you work with other people, it will be your coworkers. These are like your social components that make up your social environment. The other one is the actual environment, right? So where you live, where you go to church, where you go to the grocery store, your home in particular. So how your home is set up. I have a design company as well, and we talk about sacred spaces and how you can make your home a space that's welcoming and a safe space for you to kind of unwind and relax and release some of that tension that you get in other environments. So that's environmental is the second one. So the first one is social. The second one is environmental. And then you have financial, which we just love, right? We love talking about financial health.
Especially right now.
I know. Sometimes we have a bittersweet relationship with financial health, but it's really important because especially within communities of color where we have a lower socioeconomic status, we have to acknowledge the fact that when you're under social or when you're under financial stress, right, it creates an unhealthy lifestyle. If I know I only have $20 this week and I need to eat, I might be more likely to run to McDonald's and eat off the dollar menu all week rather than going to the grocery store and trying to get some canned goods or some fresh vegetables, right? Because I think, oh, no, I won't have enough money for the rest of the week. But in reality, getting the fresh vegetables and getting some canned foods might actually help you prolong the money that you have and also eat some things that are a bit healthier than McDonald's dollar menu. No shade to McDonald's, but you can't kill us. We're not letting it.
It's the truth.
Right. So the next one would be spiritual health. So your spiritual health is your really soul status, right? How your soul feels, how you feel grounded, when you feel at peace. All of those are the spiritual components that make up your spiritual health. So when you think about spiritual health, also understanding your purpose and your sense of meaning in this world and the role that you play, feeling like you're helping other people or you're being seen, which is really important right now when we talk about the social climate that we're in. Our spiritual health is definitely being attacked in multiple ways. When we look at the pandemic or we look at police brutality, there are so many aspects that are really impacting our spiritual health. The other one, of course, is physical health. We all know about this. We hear about it all the time. Walk for 30 minutes a day. We hear those things. Our physical health is just as important as those other areas: financial, environmental, spiritual, and emotional health is one of the other ones that we kind of throw in with mental health when we think about our intellectual health, which will be the next one I talk about. But your emotional health is really tuning into how you're feeling in the moment. So they're two separate things. Your intellectual health is like how you think, how you create, how you move through thought processes, right, in your life. That's your intellectual health. Your emotional health is how you feel about those things. So when you say, I don't feel like going to work today, kind of dicing that down to, why don't I want to go to work today? Is it because I don't have meaningful relationships at work? I don't feel like I'm connecting with people? Kind of honing in on what those emotions are that are interfering with your desire to be there and be present with other people. So I think I got through all 8: financial, social, environmental, emotional, intellectual, physical, and occupational would be you at work. So 8 dimensions of wellness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. And there were people that were messaging me and saying, okay, well, what is June? Like, you cook. What's that? Why are you doing this? What's the health and wellness? And I love that you just covered those 8, because I'm like, in the kitchen, I can think of 6 of those that come into play every single time I step into the kitchen.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, all of those are impacted. Your financial, absolutely. Your intellectual health, how do I feel about what I'm eating, right? How do I think it's important to my functioning throughout the day, right? There are certain foods that give us energy. There are certain foods that are too fatty and they'll leave us drained. Yes. And we won't have enough energy to get through the rest of the day. So food is really important when you think about it. They say if you can change what you put in your mouth, you can change your entire life. Mm-hmm. And as a person who's becoming a vegetarian, it's true, guys. It's really true. It's so true.
I know you're doing vegetarian ones for you and different ones for your mom, but no, yeah. I'm really glad it does. It plays a huge part in the kitchen, which is why this recipe we're making tonight, if you're just joining, hey, Stephanie, and you're like, what are we doing? What are they doing? We are doing these spinach and artichoke quesadillas. You can do them with grilled chicken or meat substitute or without. We actually just finished making our spread. So if you're cooking along with us, you've already got that done. It smells delicious and it tastes delicious.
Guys, let me tell you, it's taking everything in me not to get a tortilla chip and just go to town right now.
So, resist.
We have a plan. I'm staying on track, I promise.
Yes. Yes, stay on track. Okay, so if you are doing chicken, this is the point where you already had your chicken grilled. You're going to dice it up or shred it up just so that it's ready. That's one main thing when you're in the kitchen, so that you don't feel like you're going haywire and you're every place at once. Have it all together and ready before you even turn on your cooktop. That's really, really important. So I've got some grilled chicken here I'm going to dice up. So Sierra Stephanie says, yes, 2012.
Hi, Steph. How are you? Yeah, I grilled chicken yesterday. So I'm using that from my mom. And then I have some soy protein meat that I'm going to use for myself.
Yes.
How's it going, Stephanie? How have you been? And guys, let us know in the comments. What do you think about the 8 dimensions of wellness? Have you heard it before? Is that something new to you? Do you think that all 8 dimensions matter? Are you like, oh no, my intellectual health isn't as important as my emotional health or my financial health? Let me know.
Please do, because that's the first time I can honestly say that I have heard all 8. So do let us know in the comments. And Karen says, vegetarian life is the way to go. She's not quite there, but she's currently a pescatarian. So almost there.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? I've decided. So when I got into trying to be a vegetarian, I realized that it didn't have to be an everyday thing, right? You don't have to deprive yourself of some of the meats that you actually like. If it's date night, hello, and you want a steak, eat your steak, child. If you're taking yourself out and you're at a restaurant and there's something lamb and you want lamb, get your rack of lamb, girl. When you think about your food, I was listening to a podcast recently, and the man who was on it was saying eating crappy food isn't a reward, it's a punishment. And it just hit me like, wow, when I'm like, I finished all of my reading for the day, I deserve a cookie. That's the wrong association to have, right? Because then I feel like every time I do something that I was supposed to do anyways, I deserve some sense of a reward. I'm not a toddler. You know, you do that when you want to condition good behavior. But
Right.
as an adult, that builds unhealthy habits into your lifestyle. So realizing, yes, you did great, Sierra, because you finished all your readings. You don't deserve a cookie. You deserve the opportunity to start a new book, right? To have this done before the next week starts, you know? So kind of rewiring your way of thinking. And one thing he also mentioned was asking yourself, I love this, but does it love me back? And let me tell you, when you're standing in the McDonald's drive-thru and you're looking at that double cheeseburger and you're saying, do you love me back? It's saying no. It's saying no. But does that mean you can never have a cheeseburger? No. It just means you should see it as a moment, right? These are moments that you're creating in your life, not your everyday routine, but something special that you do in certain conditions, right?
Yes.
Under certain circumstances.
Mm-hmm. No, that's so important to have that healthy relationship with food.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that's a big thing about this recipe too. Like when I think about these ingredients, I don't feel guilty about anything.
Uh-huh. That is true. Now that was good wording, Chef K. I love that. When I think about the ingredients, I don't feel guilty about anything. And what is so great about what you said is sometimes we put ourselves in cycles, right? Of feeling in a bad mood. So I eat a dozen cookies and now I feel guilty that I ate a dozen cookies.
Right.
And now I'm just in this constant cycle of I feel bad, so I eat something bad and then I feel bad again. I feel bad, I did something bad, and then I do something else that's bad again because I can't get out of it. So you kind of have to stop your brain and say, okay, that was bad. I ate 12 cookies, but I don't have to eat 12 cookies again.
Yep, and it's fine, Jim.
Yes, it's over. It's over. Forgive yourself. Totally forgive yourself. You don't have to ask anyone's permission to do that. It's all on you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I love that. So I know Sierra's chopping up her chicken. Jarita said that it's the first time she heard those 8. So I'm glad that you were here to be able to hear it. And Stephanie's triggered by it not being a reward.
Yes. Let me tell you, I got hooked on McDonald's chocolate chip cookies. And my mom is here. She can tell you I'm not lying. I got hooked. I didn't even know McDonald's had chocolate chip cookies. But let me tell you, I don't know whose grandmother is back there baking, but they hit me. They hit me just right. And I do something like I finish a big project and I'm like, cookie time, like a 3-year-old. I'm literally like hopping in the car, cookie time, like Cookie Monster. And I had to tell myself, you don't need the cookie tote. You don't. You did good. Good job. That should be enough. So then ask yourself, why is it not enough? Why do I feel like I don't deserve the words of affirmation? I need more. And once you process, I feel like I need more because of X, Y, or Z, you'll realize, oh, that's not good. Stop that. Let's do something else. And then you can move forward. Like we said, forgive yourself. It's okay. So Stephanie, it's okay. If you heard the 8 dimensions for the first time, there are tons of organizations that like break it down in different ways. Just Google 8 dimensions of wellness and you'll find so much information about it. And you can message me as well. And I can send you over some resources if you're interested.
Yes, I love that. And so, yeah, Stephanie says you forgive yourself. Nisi says it's good advice. Hey, Nisi.
Hi.
And so Karen finds the more that you eat junk food, the more you crave junk food. And then it's the inverse with healthy food. And you are completely right. I found that more so now that I meal prep for myself and for other people.
Oh, yeah.
I crave. So carrot juice is one of my things. And I know Sierra was on another class where I did carrot juice. Like, I used to crave like Sprites, and I used to crave, just those sugary types of drinks. And I used to be at Starbucks. Like, I'm Starbucks all the time. But now I crave carrot juice. Like, it's one of my favorite drinks. So yeah, Karen, you're so right. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So I didn't realize how important watching the liquids that you drink was until I started paying attention to the effects of caffeine. Mm-hmm. And I'm one of those people who's like, give me a double shot of espresso. Give me extra calf. I want it all day, every day. Sometimes, most days, like every day. It's got to be like there. But the caffeine can boost your anxiety, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have a lot to do that day and you're rushing from here and there, the caffeine won't work in your favor. So if you typically have to grab a coffee in the morning, try switching to black tea or green tea, because it'll give you a healthier version of that caffeine. And I know that's a kind of oxymoron, healthier version of caffeine, but it's like a safer dosage, we'll say, of caffeine that won't affect you too bad as much as the caffeine in the coffee will. So try to switch it up. Green tea, perfect. They have caffeine-free green tea. I think they have one for black tea too. But if you're trying to like wean yourself off of caffeine coffee, perfect option.
Now, those are really good tips. See, y'all didn't even know y'all were gonna get all this tonight. This is what we're here for. So I put my tortillas, I laid them out. I'm showing y'all, and I'm showing Sierra the next steps too. And I just smeared kind of my mixture right on there, but I left a little bit of an edge. I didn't go all the way. I left a little rim, because these are going to get folded in half. No matter what size you're using, they get folded right in half. But I just did a really nice even layer, spread it on there. And now we're going to start thinking about turning our pan on, because everything else is totally ready. Okay. I've got my chicken diced up. I've got my cheese mixture here together. And now I've got my tortillas. So when I turn the pan on, we're going to be able to place those in and then sprinkle our cheese and chicken, or cheese and your meat substitute, or just cheese and some other veggies, y'all. Do onions, peppers, sky's the limit. And then we'll be able to fold it in half. And I'll show y'all exactly what that looks like. So I'll give you a second at home for y'all to get it together. And then Sierra, let me know.
I'm putting the spinach and artichoke on the tortilla.
Yes.
All right. Got to make sure. I got to get an A today, guys. Are you trying to go for gold? I am.
I feel like we are both high achievers. So
yes, and that's the problem too. It's like, I can't do this wrong.
She's gonna get an A, y'all. Don't even. I'll have y'all grade us at the end, but she's gonna get an A. So we are spreading that on, and then once you've got that spread on, you're gonna turn your pan on to medium heat.
Okay.
And so I'm going to keep asking Sierra some of the questions that we received. But of course, if you have questions in the comments, please put them in there. We're doing a nice smear. Y'all can see that really well. Sierra's getting all of hers ready.
Yes.
And then your pan is just on medium heat. And y'all know, if you're on your mobile phone, like swipe to the left or right so you can get comments out of the way so that you can see my cooktop. Okay, so we've talked about these dimensions of wellness. We talked a little bit into this healthy relationships with food. I know one thing that I was seeing a theme of, and we've discussed this before, is so you focus on what wellness is, and you're like, okay, I'm going to take these really premeditated steps to try and get more healthy, to try and do all these wellness efforts. So how do you gauge whether they're successful or not?
So you really want to start with a goal, right? I talk to people all the time who are looking to increase their productivity or start this new project, and you have this idea of how you want to start, but you don't understand where you want to end up. So having a starting point is great, but also having an end goal is really important. So if I know I want to be the executive director of a program in 5 years, I need to know what I need to do right now, but I also need to be aware of what the executive director does, right? There's nothing worse than getting to your destination and not knowing enough about it to be successful, in that position or once you reach that goal. So if your goal for wellness is, I want to get off my blood pressure medicine, right? Great. You need to know what foods you need to cut out. You need to know how you need to take care of your body with like drinking more water or whatever a physician would recommend. You need to sit down and you need to meet with your doctor, right? Your primary care physician, and see what steps you need to take in order to get off your blood pressure medicine. If you're saying, I want to stop negative self-talk. I want to say better things about myself. I want to think better things about myself. Okay, so you need to rewire your thinking and stop yourself the moment you feel yourself talking negative about yourself. It also helps to have a list of affirmations that you say to yourself every morning, or you say to yourself throughout the day, or even at night before you go to bed. Having an idea of the life you want to have is just as important as starting today, right? You need to have an end goal. You need to know what you got to do today. So it's really a matter of you pinpointing where you want to end up. And you'll see yourself start to see progress along the way, right? If I stop myself from thinking negative thoughts about myself, I'll replace them with positive thoughts about myself. And then I instantly feel better, right? If I say, oh, Sierra, you can't, if I was talking negative about getting this done right? And I'm like, Sierra, you're going to mess it up. You're going to drop all the food on the floor. Something's going to happen. Stop. Speak happy thoughts, good thoughts. Yes. There's a biblical passage that says, think on things that are holy and pure. You want to channel your mind into thinking things that are good for you. And you'll see that changing your habits as you do that. Because everything starts with a thought, right? It's, I think I can, so I do it. I think I can, so I am. All of it.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's 100% it. I like that. I love that answer. And we do, if it was something with money, we'd be very quick to sit down, write it down, have how this goes. So when it comes to my spiritual and mental wellness, I need to be prepared to do the same.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. If you wanted to save for a vacation, you grab a jar and you put a penny in the jar. Every time you had change, you'd be dropping change in the jar. Right. So it's the same way with anything about your lifestyle. Every time you think about it, do it. Don't wait. Don't put it off. Just do it. Look, we borrowed from Nike. Look at that. Just do it.
I like it. I like it. And I like what you said about the vacation in the jar. So now I'm like, whatever those thoughts are, you need to drop a little positive
thought jar. Oh, yes. People who want to stop swearing, they have a swear jar.
Exactly.
If you've ever watched what is it? New Girl, the TV show New Girl, they had a douchebag jar. So whenever the guy said something that was inappropriate or offensive, he had to put money in it. Girl, he was putting like $20 bills in that jar. Do you know where you could go in a year? You're going to stop those habits because you want to hold on to your money. So that's a great example of choosing something that's important to you, right? If I feel negative about my body, right, then I'm going to hold off on buying new clothes until I can correct my thinking, right? If I'm in the store and I see a new shirt, hey, what'd you say about yourself today? Did you give yourself a compliment? You got to give yourself a compliment before you can buy that shirt, right? Because I don't want to cover up the issue. I want to address the issue so that I can live a better life. I can be healthy, mind, body, and soul, and not just on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's gonna stick. So I'm pleased. That one's gonna stick. All right, y'all. So we're still talking all the things. We are also making our dinner, and we're gonna keep talking and keep cooking.
Yes.
So, but once you've got your spread on here, I take about a half tablespoon of butter and place it down in the pan. Now, I am using a vegan butter, but if it is real butter, I'm not mad at you. This is one of those little baby changes that I'm trying to make currently.
I was preparing to do a little transition with the camera so you guys can see me over here.
Yes, and y'all see, now you're spoiling them because I don't give any transitions. Now,
listen, I was like, our counter and our stove is in two separate spaces, so I was like, I gotta switch it up a little bit, change the
I love it. I love the different angles. Now I'm gonna have to step my game up,
girl.
Okay, so your butter goes in, and then I usually place one. And then you sprinkle as much cheese and chicken as you want over half of that tortilla. And then you fold the exposed half on top of it. And then I place another one in and do the exact same thing. The butter helps you a little bit with flavor. And it also really helps with color. You want to be able to see that little golden brown and that crisp to the exterior of a quesadilla. So, twofold. You're getting flavor, but you're also getting that color.
Cheese. We love the cheese. We love it. We love it.
So I get that. Just a nice little even layer. And then make sure you got your spatula, or you can use your hands if you're hardcore like it. I always try and make everybody be safe. And then as soon as I fold that one over, y'all can see it there, I'm going to place another one in and do my next one. So if you're just joining, as we're starting to layer our pan here, I know I saw some folks jump on. Please, please, please say hello. I love to know that y'all are here. Sierra would love to know that y'all are here.
Yes. Hello.
It's not just me tonight. This is Sierra McKissick. She's the CEO and founder of McKissick Health and Wellness.
Hi, guys.
So for everybody that's like, oh, there's two. Yes, you got lucky tonight. Not only are we doing all the cooking, but we are talking about health and wellness.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got two down in there, folding it over. And I let it stay on that one side until I can just lift it up and I see that browning and that crisp starting to happen.
Yeah.
So let it soak up. And you'll notice we only used about a half a tablespoon of butter because you can always put more in there when you do that next quesadilla.
Yeah. I noticed that. That's perfect. So Chef K, let me ask you a question.
I'm ready.
How do you de-stress? Is cooking one of the ways that you kind of relax and release some tension?
It 100% is. I think that I'm really blessed in that my passion is my profession.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I love that.
Yeah, I'm able to still, if I have a rough day at school, because y'all know I teach high school full time. So if there's something crazy that happens there or anything like that, I can come home and make dinner and transport myself to a different place. A couple of times we've had classes and I'll be in full character. I mean, one time we made rum cake and I pretended like I was in the Caribbean. And ingredients let you do that. You can make your dish so that it reminds you of a certain vacation or it reminds you of a loved one. And as soon as you get all of those smells, they will invoke these different memories, and it can just kind of help you to relax.
Right.
That's my go-to.
That's such a great touchstone too, because sometimes people are like, I have to get to a certain place, or I have to have these certain things set up a specific way in order to like trigger that memory. But you have complete control in the kitchen over creating whatever memory you want to. And I think that's what makes it so special. So I love Chef K because she also teaches kids like how to cook. And I think it's the cutest thing. I love it. They always look so excited when they're cooking in the kitchen. And I'm like, oh, it just touches my heart. I just love it. You can't help but love it. So
Yay!
We were so excited that you invited us to participate.
Yay, I'm glad. Thank you. Our kids classes are my pride and joy.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Without folks like Sierra and McKissick Health and Wellness, I would not be able to do those kids classes because they are always free. And so I don't think sometimes people really understand what goes into that, but it is totally thanks to folks in the community that understand the importance of those classes. It's awesome.
It's awesome. And you have a heart for it, right? Your spirit. I remember ever since Fisk University, it was like, Kaya is a ray of sunshine. Just the most beautiful person you will ever meet. Such a sweet spirit, so caring and loving. And you instantly feel loved. And I remember it was like your accent that gave you away. I was like, you're going to make us feel like we're at home. And I liked that feeling. You know, you just feel loved and seen.
That means a lot.
It's so true.
It means a whole lot. For folks that are just joining, Sierra and I did go to undergrad together. So this is a 10-year plus relationship in the making.
Yes. I love it.
There's so much love there. So I'm super thankful. And don't let her fool y'all. She is the exact same way.
Oh man. I try. I can only try to be as great as Kaya. She's got it down.
She's the exact same way. Very, very, very welcoming and hospitable. So I've got a good brown on mine. What do yours look like?
I did. I cooked one out. I'm pretty excited here.
Okay, so keep going. And if y'all are cooking at home, keep going.
Yeah, I got quite a few to cook here.
I'm just going to make until I can't make anymore, I guess.
I mean, will these keep well? Tell us, Chef K. Can we keep these for tomorrow's lunch?
So you can. I would actually recommend letting them cool down all the way.
Okay.
And once they're cool, wrap them really tight in some saran wrap, and you can even put them in the freezer for up to like 30 days.
Oh my goodness, no way.
Yes, after you freeze them, take them out of the saran wrap, and you can do one of two things. You can wrap them in some foil, pop them in the oven, just like something you would buy out of the freezer section, except you made it yourself. Or you could take them out of the saran wrap and pop them in the microwave. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Talk about meal prep. Okay. I had no idea.
Yes.
That's perfect.
The key is just letting them cool all the way. If you try and freeze them when they're still warm, you'll have a lot of that moisture and everything, and you don't want that.
Okay.
Don't want that.
Good to know.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Come on in. So I'm fielding questions, and then, of course, I have questions of my own, and Sierra does a lot. So hopefully you all will jump over to the pages that I link. I will link everything from SFM to McKissick Health and Wellness to her blog, Sierra McKissick. She does a lot. But you do it well. And so this is my question.
That's an honor.
When I do a lot and maybe I'm feeling overwhelmed because I'm trying to do the full-time, trying to do the side hustle, I'm trying to do my part-time gig.
Girl.
I've got a lot of responsibilities. How can I set boundaries with my friends and my family?
Let me tell you, that is an everyday transition, right? Because everybody will need different things at different points. Your friends might need you more heavy one week and not really that heavy another week. And so you'll have to kind of play it by ear. But here's the one thing you have to do: communicate. Communicate clearly and set boundaries that help you create space for yourself. I'm one of those people, I don't have a TV in my bedroom. When I walk into my bedroom, yeah, girl, listen. The kids come over and they're like, we can't watch TV in your bed. Nope. I haven't had a TV in my bedroom since college. And that was because there was no other place to put it. You know, you got to turn the devices off, especially since screens emit a blue light that will keep you awake, right? So if you find yourself struggling to sleep, that's why I wear these glasses. I always have glasses that have blue light protection, because if you're constantly seeing those rays, you don't know when it's time to unwind, right? When it's time to relax and go to bed. So I don't keep a TV in my room. I try to leave my tablet in the office. My cell phone goes on Do Not Disturb at 10 o'clock. And if you catch me scrolling Instagram or responding to a post, it's only because I didn't do it all day long. And I'm like, I want to do it before I start a new day. But you have to set boundaries for people. Like, after 5 o'clock, you can't call me about work. That's family time. That's quiet time. Answering emails only at a specific time of day, right? When you're juggling a lot of things, you'll find yourself, like, we both teach. I'm a professor, so you constantly get students emailing you all throughout the day. And it's like, I explained, I'm only answering emails from 10 to 12. So if you send it at 12:05, I won't see it until the following day. And being okay with that, because a lot of times we carry guilt from not telling people what we need and expecting them to give it to us. And that's not fair. Think about it. Is it fair to hold someone to a standard that they didn't even know existed, right? To ask something of them without asking them for it? It's just easier for you. And it's also a good skill to develop. You need to develop being able to stand up for yourself and ask for what you need. So telling your friends and family, I juggle a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats. I need you to let me know within 2 weeks' time if there's something you need me to do, if there's something you want me to participate in. And having some reciprocity with that too. Also giving them enough time to make arrangements if there's something you want, or if there's something you want to invite them to, like giving them time too. So definitely communicating with them is important. Communicating what you need is essential. But also reminding yourself everything won't be perfect every day. And everything won't get done every day. And that is the hardest lesson you will ever learn. Girl, when I tell you it's hard, it is hard, but it's true. And once you free yourself from thinking, I have to get everything on my to-do list done in a day, you find yourself breathing easier, right? Just going through your day with better productivity, because now you're doing A+ work instead of B- work on things that you really love, right? There's nothing worse than recording a video where your energy was like a 3 because you just need to get it done. So that translates to anything, especially when we're talking about parenting and being present with our loved ones. Like, you want to give them your best. You want to show up and be your best. So you need to set boundaries that allow for you to be your best. I'm not a morning person, so I ease into my morning. I try to get up at 6 a.m. It rarely works, guys. Pray for me. I want to be a 5:30 a.m. person, but I haven't been delivered. So I'm working on 6. Those 30 minutes make a difference. They make a difference. Oh my goodness. What is time? Can we get rid of it? I don't know. But you have to give yourself some grace, okay? Sierra, you didn't get up at 6 a.m. 9 a.m. is fine. Make the most of your day. Make the most of it. And try your best. Knock that to-do list down to 3 things per day. If those 3 things get done, then you had a great day, right? Setting reasonable expectations for yourself is so important. So expecting yourself to get done 20 things in one day, not cool. Getting done 3 things, great. You did.
I love that. I love that. Yes, yes. Hi, Luanda. Hi, Margarita.
Hi, guys.
I love it. I love it. I thank y'all for the compliments. Yes. And I know every Fiskite that's watching is echoing that Sierra is the bomb.com and super sweet. And and Nisi says support Black owned queens. I love it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I love it. Okay. And y'all were doing salmon in the quesadillas. I remember that somebody sent. So salmon is in there. And you got a nice brown going. Awesome.
Okay. I hear you with the salmon.
That might be what you have to do next. I am pulling some of mine off, just giving them a second to rest before I cut them. Let's see. Now, remember, if y'all have comments, questions, anything, drop them in the comments. They can be about me for the kitchen. They can be about anything health and wellness for Sierra. Feel free to leave them in the comments.
Even personal, like Chef K was talking about wearing a lot of hats. Absolutely. It's a lot of work. Keeping up with your passions, but we also recognize like our passions are life-giving, right? So the moment you stop doing something that's a part of your purpose, you don't feel like your life is being fulfilled. You feel like a gap or a void in your life. And so it's great when you can exert the energy where it belongs, but not wear yourself out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So guys, let us know. How do you set boundaries?
Please.
Your needs.
Yes, in the comments. How do you set boundaries? What are you doing to keep yourself from getting overwhelmed? Let us know in the comments. And so as we're finishing, I'm gonna throw the other questions that we had as Sierra, and you all still put all of yours in the comments. Even if you're catching this on the replay, y'all, you know I come back and I check. So if you put a question and you're watching in the replay, just put a little hashtag replay and I will message that question to Sierra. So Absolutely. Put yours in there. So we're still going, but now, so Sierra, somebody's watched this or somebody has done some research and went to one of your platforms and they're like, okay, I'm ready to make the change. Okay. I want to practice healthy habits. I want to focus on health and wellness. I want to make and design the best life for me. Where do they start? Should they hire someone? What's your recommendation?
Well, I think the first thing you want to do is set aside some time to sit with those thoughts, right? So there's like a 3-step process to change. The first thing is awareness. So you become aware that something exists. It's like the educational moment where you're like, what? You can eat green beans fresh, not out of a can, right? That's a great example, right? Yes. Like they exist. I didn't know that. And then thinking, oh, I want to try that. And then actually implementing, I think I said 3, so there's 4 steps. So the first step is to be aware of something. The second step is to want to try it or want to enact it in your life or your routine. And then the third is to actually do it, right? To take action. And then the fourth is liking it because you actually do it and you become consistent with it to the point that you learn to like it. So great example is exercising, of course. That's a great example. Also, eating healthy would be a great example. Journaling. Some people had no clue that you could get a notebook and write all your thoughts in it and nobody ever had to read it but you. It exists. It's called a journal. If you like that idea of being able to sit with your thoughts and think about how your day went or something that you're interested in and just play around with those ideas, journaling is a great resource. Go ahead, say it.
I like that. No, yes.
Absolutely. And so you think, oh, I never thought about actually journaling. And then you say, I'm going to try that. So you go buy a journal. And maybe the first day you buy the journal, you don't write in the journal. But the next day you do. You take action. And then you decide, I'm going to keep doing this. And you learn to like it because it gives you the moment that you need to actually sit with your thoughts, sit with your emotions, and process where you are and where you want to go. So that would be my first suggestion is to actually sit down and kind of envision where it is you want to go with this wellness journey that you're going to embark on. And then realizing that the moment you decide to start a wellness journey, you started it. There's no, I need to buy a new water bottle. I need to get Nike running shoes. I need to get a yoga mat. Like, that stuff is great, but it doesn't start the journey. The journey starts up here before it ever starts in the external world, right? It's always an internal change first. So you deciding, I want to change, I want to try this new thing, is you doing it right out the gate. Mm-hmm. There's a saying, if you're a writer, if you want to become a writer and you write, you're already a writer, right? You're already a writer because you write. So having that mindset of, I'm already healthy, helps you enact those behaviors that contribute to you living a healthy lifestyle and keep them up.
Yes.
So start there. Start with actually processing, what does a healthy lifestyle look like for me? What is this wellness journey that I'm embarking on? What does that even mean to me? And then once you've done that, come to McKissick Health and Wellness, subscribe to our email list, subscribe to a One Choice magazine, which constantly gives you tips and tricks and resources every month that can help you pursue a healthy lifestyle and kind of shift your mindset into thinking more healthy thoughts for yourself. And then as you grow with that, you'll want to maybe reach out to Chef K and ask her about healthy foods that you can start cooking at home. Great resource, tag that one. And then we also have a personal fitness trainer, Regina McKissick. She's actually my sister. She runs Kiss G Fitness, and she can talk to you about healthy physical changes that you might want to make, understanding your body type and how you lose weight and what things you need to eat in order to lose weight. And then perhaps you'll want to sit down with me and talk about the life changes that you want to make in your career or your personal life. And we'll kind of strategize how you can do that. So there are plenty of steps to take, but the first step is all about you and deciding what you want out of this journey that you're going to embark on.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yay. Okay. What do your quesadillas look like? Are you ready to cut any? You have to let me know.
I am totally ready to cut one because cutting it means I can eat it.
We're a step closer. Okay.
I've been all day waiting for this moment. I waited for this moment all day.
Yes, I'm flattered for real. So yeah, this is what I've got. Of course, mine were I did 6-inch. You could do whatever size tortillas you wanted to do, but mine were these 6-inch ones. So I'm gonna cut mine just into 3. If you have them a little larger, you may go into 4 or 5. Totally up to you, but I'm gonna just do thirds. So I'm gonna come over and cut like that first triangle and then come over and cut the other one. I'll be honest with you, sometimes when I do these smaller ones, I skip the cutting stuff.
Girl, just go in for it.
I do. I skip
it. Oh man, I see the inside and it looks delicious. I'm just gonna. Can I show you guys? I'm so proud of myself. I might cry.
You better. You show us.
That inside looks delicious. It looks so delicious. Look at the golden brown. Kai, did you make me a chef? Am I a chef?
You did that.
I didn't know I was graduating today. I think I graduated. I think I just graduated. This is great.
Chef Sierra for sure. I love that color.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud. So proud. And you said salsa, so I got salsa and sour cream and guacamole salsa because I was excited.
I can't wait to see the picture. So don't forget to send me a picture
before you eat it. I'm glad you said that.
Before you eat it. So I just put mine in a little.
Oh look! It looks so good. See, I want yours too. I want to try it on.
I'm loving it. So what's funny is now I have one more question that was submitted, and then we'll just wait and see if there are more, and then. Also, I was waiting until you were on here to tell you that Kiss G Fitness is actually going to be a co-host on here. cooking. So
yay! We love it.
I'm really excited.
I love it. Kai, you're doing such an amazing job. Like, your work is just incredible. You know, I tell you this, but I can't stop telling you this because I just think it's so incredible. Like, this is something we've needed for a long time. And I think what's most remarkable, I'm gonna put the plate down so I don't drop it. I love that, one, you're spirit led. So God is directing you. But also, you give this away as a free option for people who already feel like they don't have any options. And to me, people who do that, you are blessed and you will continue to be blessed because that is what God has really called us to do. I love that One Choice Magazine is free. It's free for people to just wrap their minds around living something that they don't see every day, right? Practicing lifestyle choices that they haven't seen anyone in their family make, or they haven't seen any of their friends choose that pathway. So it's so incredible that you are giving these things for free. And I always tune in. I'm like, oh, like it, come back, save it. I pin them. I got them all saved on Facebook because I just love it. I love the work that you're doing. It's so necessary. And you're the perfect person to get it done. The perfect person. So thank you. Everybody, do a thumbs up, do a hand clap, do the dancing lady, do it all. We just appreciate her so much and we love her to pieces.
There is no crying in the kitchen, Sierra. So you got it.
I mean, if it happens, it was the smoke.
It was the imaginary onions. No, I can't say thank you enough. It helps so much. And I know that there are folks that are watching now and that will be able to watch the replay. It helps so much if you have a tribe that is really supporting you in doing that.
Absolutely.
Because it takes a lot for One Choice Magazine team to put out a totally free distribution.
Absolutely.
It takes a lot for those various things. So I'm thankful for those like you, everybody that's watching
thank you. Yes, thank you, everybody. We all play a role, right? And I think if this moment in history has shown us anything, it's that we all play a role, right? Whether it's sharing, whether it's reposting a picture, whether it's just lending a listening ear to somebody, we all have a role to play in seeing everybody live the life that they deserve, right? That they're worthy of. And once you wrap your mind around being worthy of a healthy life, being worthy of a life that is life-giving, come on, that you can share with other people and you feel as poured into as much as you're pouring out to other people. There's that reciprocity again that you feel in your relationships and in your career and everything. So we all need each other. We all are connected. So we're in this fight together. I'm happy to be alongside you though, girl.
I'm so happy you're there. Y'all, if y'all only knew.
We're here.
Okay, so I know that Sierra wants to have dinner, so I don't want her food to get cold. So don't forget any questions. You put those in the comments. We will come back and we will check them. You know how to find me, but Sierra, what's the best way to stay in touch?